Okay, we're going to put a couple of items into an open bid auction. In this example, I'm using a golf cart and a Chevy Traverse. This golf cart has never been in auction yet, so let's go ahead and put it in. So you can see that I've got a $1,300 reserve. I want to start the bidding at $600, and let's make sure it's being sold by us, not one of our consigners. Everything else looks pretty good. Oh, we need to put an odometer. Let's say 300 hours. Okay, great. So what we need to do here is we need to pick the date that we want the auction to start, and then the date that the auction would end. And let's have it end about a week from today. Actually, I like Thursdays as an auction day. And let's make it 2 p.m. There we go. And instead of having it be a buy it now, I'm going to make this an open bid auction. That's how easy it is to make it an open bid auction. And then we can just save to a sale. And that vehicle is now in the auction. Okay, let's now go ahead and sell this Traverse. And again, this could be anything. It could be an estate sale. It could be a farm auction. Just using vehicles as an example here. So, looks like we had an offer of $30,000, which we're not going to take just for this example. So we've canceled the $30,000 offer. Let's go ahead now and resell the vehicle. So I want the reserve to be at $36,000. I think I'd let the starting bid start at $29,500 just to get some momentum going. And again, you can see that the software remembered that the previous auction that I ran was a open bid for 2 p.m. on next Thursday, which is great. I don't have to do anything other than say add to sale. And now I have 2 vehicles in auction, which is great. So at any point, if I want to see these vehicles in the auction, I can just click View on Site, and that'll take me over to my auction site, which, again, I've only got 2 vehicles, so it's a little quiet on here. But you can see that I've got the one starting with a $29,500 bid and the other one starting with a $600 bid, precisely as we expected. And then you can see that people cannot bid on this auction unless they've registered. So let me log in as a registered bidder real quick. I'm going to register as 2 bidders, and then you'll see how the 2 bidders can bid back and forth. Okay, just for demo purposes, I've logged in as Marco Pays Too Much, and I also have a second bidder. Let me take a look at her. Here it is. It's Fred Spends Too Much. So we have 2 nice, motivated buyers ready to bid on our items, and we can flip back and forth between them. So let's place a bid for this first person. He's going to bid $29.50. You can just click the button. It confirms. And there he goes. He is now, says he is winning. He's got a bid, and he's got some bid increments that he can click on. And it does tell him, though, that the reserve is not met, but he is winning. So what that basically means is that he could win the vehicle if you accept the bid after the auction is over. But let's go ahead and have somebody compete against him. But before we do, let's have him bid also on the club car. So here we go. In this case, he's going to put a proxy bid in at $1,200. And you can see what it will do here is it will confirm. And all it did is it put him in at $600, and it's waiting now for other bidders to come along because it's saying you've got a proxy bid of $1,200, and that means that it will bid automatically for him. And I can go into better detail in a different video, but the idea basically is you can automate your bidding so you don't have to watch it the whole time. All right, let's switch over to our other customer. So he now sees that there's bids and the reserve has not been met, but he wants to win the vehicle. He definitely wants this one. He thinks it's worth $32,000. So he's going to put $32,000 proxy bid in. And what will happen is he'll become the winning bidder at $29.5 because he's got a proxy bid in, so it's going to bid in automatic increments. Now, one thing you'll notice is our increments change depending on the price of the vehicle. So you can see in this case the increments are $250 because we're in the $30,000 range. But because we're down in the $1,000 range, we keep the bidding increments down to $25, $50, and $75 to make it, more realistic for a bidder. Nobody's going to bid $350 increments on a $600 item. You get the idea. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a bid in on this too. Why not? I might want a golf cart for my family. And there we go. So, I was outbid automatically. Well, the reason he was outbid automatically, if you remember, is this person has a $1,200 proxy bid, so he's willing to go a lot more, and he doesn't have to do anything. The bid automatically happened for him. So let's go ahead and bid again. Let's do a $50 increment and confirm. And boom, again, I've been outbid. So he's like, okay, so I got a little bit of a fight on my hands, but I really think this golf cart's worth about, $1,500. So I'm going to go ahead and put a $1,500 bid in. And what the software will do is it'll bid all the way up to the previous bidder's highest bid and stop. So it went to the $1,225 and then added $25 for this bidder and became $1,250. And it's showing now that he is winning, but man, the reserve still isn't met. So let's go back to the other guy here and let's have him bid. I think it might be worth $2,500. That's the max I'm going to bid for this thing. And boom, he just went up to $1,550, which is $50 higher than the previous bidder because the bid increment changed now. And you can see that he is now winning, and there's no reserve met problem. So this is going to win. When this auction ends, if nobody else competes against him, he is going to win this item. But let's go back to the original bidder. Pays too much. He's like, well, hold on a second. I think I can buy this thing for, what if I could buy it for $1,600? I can just do a $50 bid. And boom, I've been outbid again. So, okay. Well, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to stop because I don't think I want this, but I really do want this. I really do want this vehicle over here. And right now I'm, winning, but the reserve has not been met. Let's go ahead and have this person say it's worth $35,000. Place bid. And you can see the bidding increment went up to $32,250 because we're a $250 increment now. So this guy has been also outbid. So he's having a bad day. So you know what? I think I'm going to bid up to $37,000 for this vehicle, and that's where I'm going to end. And let's see what happens. So you can see here that the bidding jumped to $35,250 and ended. And that's because the other bidder, his proxy bid has now ended. So I am winning. So right here I could stop and let this auction end. And if nobody else bids on me, this first customer here, this spends too much, is going to win the golf cart. And the other customer, Mr. Markle, pays too much, he's going to win the Chevy Traverse. Okay, that is the idea behind open bidding. You can see the bid increments, you can see that the reserve is not met, you can see if been outbid, and you can see if you're winning. It's a really open style. That's why it's called open bidding for the customers. Makes it really easy for them to understand, and it's the most common style for auctions. All right, hope this helps. Have a great day.